We're getting ready to go live on all platforms. We are officially live on Twitch. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Rumble, and we are waiting for YouTube. YouTube is live. Welcome back to the O Show. Everything crypto every single day. You guys, Trump did it again. He crashed the crypto markets. This is all his fault. All his fault. The new tariffs between the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada have crashed the crypto markets. In fact, they have crashed every single market. I know it's fun to place blame on people, right? So let's go ahead and talk about why this necessarily is not a Trump problem, why this is something that we should have considered happening in general. Again, we talked about quarter one and quarter two of 2025 to expect extreme volatility. The reason why we wanted to expect that is because, yes, we knew we were going to get a pro-crypto president, but just because we were going to get a pro-crypto president doesn't mean that there was not going to be volatility. Again, crypto is a very small part of the whole entire situation that's happening here. It really is. We have to worry about getting American families fed. We have to worry about fixing inflation. We have to worry about geopolitical policies. We have to really worry about making a lot of amends for things that happened. So am I going to blame this on Trump? No, I'm not going to. If you don't expect volatility to happen in crypto, if you didn't expect policy change to happen, if you didn't expect different things to essentially strengthen America long term to happen, I don't know what to tell you guys. I really, 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 really don't. Volatility should be expected. We've been screaming this on the channel the last couple months. We've also talked about a potential scenario of Bitcoin hitting $75,000 to $70,000. That's something that Arthur Hayes said. And it looks like it's coming to fruition. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not stressed any way, shape, or form about the crypto markets. Other stuff in life, yes. But the crypto markets, I'm not. And the reason why is I actively take profits. We have a 4-tier system that we adamantly take profit on this channel. We make moon bags. We de-risk. We cut a position if it's not working out. And we don't blame other people for our poor financial decisions. Because at the end of the day, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, whether it's meme coins, whether it's gambling in a casino, buying a lottery ticket, whatever that may be, we need to take responsibility for our own actions. And we also talked a lot about Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy and how they do incredibly well just by dollar cost averaging. And the issue is a lot of people don't like to dollar cost average because it's not sexy. It's just kind of boring. But really, at the end of the day, most people are not traders. They're not cut out to be trading. One of the things that I quit doing is I don't trade as much just because I don't have enough time to. I got to focus on other things. And just because you see other people on the internet trading and making a bunch of money doesn't mean that that's actually them making money. There's a lot of other caveats, a lot of other caveats that do happen. So I would like to invite you to maybe consider dollar cost averaging. Spending time sitting on your hands. You don't have to trade every single move. There's going to be more moves. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and address some of the things that are happening. Shout out to TikTok, shout out to Crypto YouTube, shout out to the entire O Army. We have to give a big shout out to gorgeous Alexandra, Mr. R, and yeah, that's it for the channel members for today. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. Let's talk about, first and foremost, let's go ahead and cover the crypto market. So this is what the daily looks like. Remember, we talked about Ray. It's a Solana-based project and was providing AMM features for Pump.Fun. Well, Pump.Fun is experimenting and doing their own. Therefore, this is not doing too great. A lot of people do things in-house and it makes sense why this isn't being used. So if you're holding this is something that you need to pay attention to fundamental-wise as to why number goes down. Maker up 35%, which is an old school DeFi coin. I believe that's Sonic and IP, not too sure. TIA, C, etc. Now, when we take a look at the crypto markets, I've been posting quite a few things, quite a few things. I do believe that we are in a super cycle, and I do believe that this market is just completely different than what we've seen before. One of the things that I want to remind you is if you take a look at this peak right here, we hit a swing wick high of $65,000, and this was 4/12/2021. This was during the bull market. This was during the bull market. And this was the last bull market. And then we had a gnarly drop, 54% to about $28,000. And then bull market back on, baby. Bottom here in July. And then we ran all the way up to about $69,000. And then we had another drop down about $58,000, crypto contagion, FTX implosion, and down to $16,000. So we had a bigger drop than that. So we had two peaks last cycle. We had the first peak over here at about March, hitting $73,000. And then we have the second peak over here hitting $109,000. However, I don't think this is going to be the first peak. I think that this was the first peak. This was the first peak over here. And I do think once we get out of quarter two and kind of see what type of policies and things kind of settle down a little bit, I do think we will have another move upwards. Now, I'm getting a lot of people saying, Wendy, there's support in between like $90,000 and $75,000. Really, where? This is the weekly chart. We don't have any previous history. You establish support with previous price action. We don't have that. Now, taking a look at the daily, even here, even on the daily, you're not going to see any price action. You might see a candle here at 81,000 before 73, but honestly, it's pretty much a straight drop down. We can put on the VPVR, and it does show we got great support here at $70,000. Really, really heavy support. So my money might be that we hit $70,000 to $75,000, and that's not a bad thing. Now let's go ahead and talk about why it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing is because we've seen a lot of volatility in the markets. We've seen a lot of insanity. We've seen a lot of bad actors that happen, and sometimes those essentially need to get flushed out. Will all the bad actors be flushed out? No. There was an exchange that went defunct the other day. I think it was a third or fourth scam run by these bad actors. Now, is the negative price action caused by Trump's tariffs? It can impact that, yes. Tariffs are a negative aspect. But with that being said, is that we should have been planning for this. You have to plan for corrections. And now that we officially broke down below the $90,000 area that we talked about, hold on, because we might see some more volatility. And one of the questions that I want to ask you, I want to ask my audience, is I want to ask, are you prepared for Bitcoin to break all the way down to $70,000? Are your altcoin positions prepared for that? That's a question that I want to ask you, because if you are not prepared for that type of volatility, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt in not a good way. It's gonna be a painful. It's gonna be hurt on the ego. It's gonna be hurt on your bags. It's gonna be hurt on your pockets. That's why we use disposable income. That's why we de-risk. And that's why we practice with the 4 tiers of profit taking. If you're doing meme coins, you want to get in and get out, or just make a moon bag. Those types of things. And the reason why we advocate for profit taking so heavily on this is, well, I guess this could be a black swan, but really, like, we kind of knew it was going to happen. But one of the reasons why I advocate so heavily for profit taking is so that you have additional capital. You got that dry powder, so that we can look at projects that we may want to buy the dip on. Me personally, am I going to buy more Ethereum? Probably not. And the only reason why Ethereum is essentially kind of doing anything right now is because ByBit had to buy quite a bit of Ethereum to replenish their funds. And Ethereum looks bad right now. It looks like we're going to tap onto this lower area here. About $2,200, possibly down to about $2,000. That's where we're looking like right now. And if we break down below that, it's going to get really, really ugly. Really, really ugly. If we get under 1,000, it's going to look horrible. Absolutely horrible. So we're going to have to watch over here. And if Bitcoin does hit $75,000 or $70,000, we might see that happen. Solana is absolutely imploding right now. We're probably going to retest about 124. And again, to me, under $200 is a buy. I will probably be looking to re-add around under $100. I think that Solana will be just fine. I think it's going to take some time with the market. And the way that I like to play these types of bearish scenarios is I like to set limit orders, or at least alerts. So right now, I don't want to buy Solana because it looks like it's going to continue to dump. Market CIPHER does indicate a local bottom, and that's fine. But if Bitcoin goes to 75,000, Solana will go lower. I would like to buy over here. So I'm going to set alerts for 125, probably $100, $80, $50. That's where I'm going to set alerts for. And when those alerts go off, I'll take a look at the chart, and I'll decide if I want to add more to my position. SUI is also dropping. Crazy. XRP is really holding nicely here at about $2.08. We might not see as much volatility with XRP, especially if the lawsuit gets dismissed by the SEC. And another one that I'm going to be adding more aggressively to my portfolio will be Link. Link finally dropped below 15 bucks. We saw it at about 14 over here. I would like to wait to get some in between $13 and $10 over here. That's what I would like to do. So again, I'm going to set limit orders and I'm going to be buying that dip. But again, it's going to change like how aggressive I get. It's going to change, and it's going to depend what the current market looks like with some of the fundamental news, etc. Now, with that being said, do you have a trading and investing plan? If you don't, you can go to Investopedia. It'll teach you all about that. It's completely free resources. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the policies that Mr. Trump has. Also, too, shout out to Justin. Thank you so much for becoming an O Army member. I appreciate that. Becoming an O Army member, it's like $3 or $4, and it supports me and the channel. I have to sneeze. Ugh. All right, so let's go ahead and get in some of these news things over here. So Trump says tariffs on Canada and Mexico will go forward. Remember, we got like a 30-day reprieve period until they can come up with some sort of relief or like some sort of agreement to see what's going on with tariffs. So the tariffs that Trump is doing, and again, I will call Trump out when he's wrong. I will call people out when they're wrong. It's just how it is what it is. Are they good or bad? In my personal opinion, if we have tariffs, he's instilling reciprocal tariffs. So if other countries have tariffs on us, but we don't have the same tariffs on them, it makes no sense to me. Like, why should we be forced to pay more for things? So I don't know. That's just my opinion. But he did confirm that the tariffs on Canada and Mexico imports will proceed after the 30-day delay expires. That will be implemented early next week. Tariffs include 25% duties on Mexican and Canadian products and 10% on Canadian energy. Trump justifies the tariffs as a response to crime and DT at U.S. borders. Mexico and Canada initially pledged to increase border security, leading Trump to pause tariffs temporarily. Trump also imposed 10% tariffs on Chinese imports, escalating trade tension with China. Canada and Mexico had prepared their own tariffs before the pause, raising concerns of trade war. Negotiations with Mexico and Canada continue. Trump is aiming for a final economic deal with Canada. The markets reacted. And Bitcoin fell below $88,000. So this is the thing. These are still ongoing. There might be a chance that Canada and Mexico come to an agreement with us and that the tariffs that they don't do the tariffs. But at the same time, I don't understand why we have tariffs on these countries, but they have tariffs on us, but we don't have tariffs on them. It doesn't make sense, right? Like, wouldn't you just want to remove the tariffs? And also with the whole border security thing, we should have border security. I'm sorry. It's just something that should happen. It's not that I dislike people. It's not that I don't want people here. I want good people here. Like, people that do bad things to innocents, I don't like that. Like, Canada, if you have a DUI, you can't even go to Canada. If you're an American citizen and you have a DUI, you can't go to Canada. And I'm sorry, like, I just want to make sure that our kids are safe here. That's it. Like, people that want to come here and, have the correct path to citizenship, or that are working, that are paying their taxes, that are not obtaining government aid, I don't mind. Come here. We're all immigrants. I don't mind at all. No way, shape, or form do I mind. But like, people that have like criminal backgrounds and stuff, that's not good. We don't want that. So I can understand what's going on. But again, when it comes to tariffs, I don't understand what the issue is, like why we have to pay, but they don't have to pay. Those types of things. That's all. Like, I am very much down the middle with everything. I appreciate everybody that's hardworking, that's good people. But at the end of the day, like, we have to kind of put Americans first. Like, I want to be able to have 10 out of 10 schools in every single community all across America. Like, I want to have good schools for our kids. I want things to be safe. I want our veterans to be taken care of, and I want our elderly to be taken care of. That's all. I don't think there's an issue with that. So again, this still could change, but the markets reacted on the news, which is cuckoo, right? Anyways, this next story over here. This is from Mr. Zach Guzman. He's a buddy of mine. How Bitcoin performed in Biden's first month versus Trump's first month. And this is a clickbait post over here. This is a clickbait post, but I like it. Biden's first month, 11.5%. Trump's first month, negative 13.6%. Still the crypto president. So I don't think that, this was a good post that he made. But again, Trump is the crypto president, 100% the crypto president. Because if Harris was to become president during this time, we would have gotten an outright ban on crypto. And again, bans are not just banning something, if you have high taxes or you increase the cost to use something to where people can't afford to do it, that's essentially a ban. That's what they do with cigarettes. They've increased taxes so high to essentially deter people from using them, which cool, fine, fantastic. Cigarettes aren't healthy for you anyways. But do you really think you would be able to have self-custody with Bitcoin? Like a lot of the stuff that they were pushing under the previous administration, which part isn't true? Ideal. Which part isn't true? Under Harris, 100% a ban. And they were leading by action. They were going after good companies. They were going after Coinbase and Kraken and Gemini and Ripple. They were going after good actors, not the bad actors. And that's not okay. They refused to come up with guidelines. We covered this every single day on the show. We covered a lot of regulation, a lot of these updates. Is Ripple perfect? No. Is Coinbase perfect? No. Are these companies perfect? No. But to me, it's absolutely absurd that that as the SEC approve a company to go public, Coinbase, to have their own stock and traditional financial asset, and then you sue them. That makes no sense. Because it's very hard to become a public company. Again, this is not a blue versus red thing. This is a facts thing. This is exactly what's happening. Exactly what was happening. So if you didn't feel the war of crypto happening under the previous administration, I don't know what to tell you. To me, Trump is a crypto president. We have the pro SEC, pro Congress, pro crypto president. We have a crypto task force where we can go in and comment on things, which I think is absolutely amazing. Why wouldn't you want that? Under the previous administration, even these, even traditional even like Coinbase and Gemini and those companies, they couldn't go into the SEC and register to do anything. They wanted a central bank digital currency. Well, yeah, we're going to get one under Trump too. What do you think stable coins are? We're getting that's happening, and Trump has no power to stop that. It's happening 100%. And again, I don't want this to turn into like a little political channel, but I'm just talking about the facts. Just because Bitcoin price is down right now does not mean that Trump is not a pro-crypto president. And again, Trump is very good at delegating tasks to people. And we got David Sachs, we've got the Hester Peirce, we've got all these pro-crypto, we got Loomis and Dennis Porter, we got all these pro-crypto initiatives, Bitcoin initiatives happening. But under the other administration, it would have been completely destroyed. And again, if you don't believe me, look at Elizabeth Warren or look at all the things she said about crypto. She literally created an anti-crypto army. Don't know what to tell you guys. That's just my opinion. And that's kind of what we saw. So just because Bitcoin price is down, don't care. And I said, yes, crypto would have been eradicated in the US if Trump was not elected. Short-term volatility is worth long-term upside and clear guidelines in America. What the heck was that? I don't know what that was. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about liquidations over here. Oh, I had to do this. I forgot. Okay, guys, really quickly, if you are going to be going to Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, I will be going. So come say hi to me. But they do have, I do have a discount code for tickets. It's going to be May 27th to May 29th, 2025. And if you use my code WENDYO at checkout, you get 10% off. I do know that they are notorious for raising their prices. So if this is something you would like to do and attend, I highly recommend you use my ref link. If not, that's fine. You don't have to. What the heck? Oh no, the chat broke on Restream. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on, baby. Dog stats chat. There we go. I gotta log in though. Oh my god. Let's see if we can log in over here. Why I'm not having a good tech day today. Like everything seems to be like completely falling apart. Oh my God. All right, let's see. Let me try to get this in. But anyways, I'll be at Bitcoin 2025. If you want to go, use my code for WENDYO for 10% off. I think it's wonderful. It's fantastic. You will absolutely love it. All right. I think that this is the website for it. Oh no. I hope it doesn't break it. I don't think it is. I don't think it's the right one. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll have to do this later. I'm not having a good day, you guys. Tech is like just kicking my butt today. Yeah, not a good day. It's okay though. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. So yeah, go ahead and use my code if you want to go to Bitcoin 2025. It's gonna be in Vegas. It's gonna be fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about all of the crazy liquidations that we've seen. Because why not? Why not? Why not? Hold on a second. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and talk about all the crazy liquidations that we've seen. So, taking a look at CoinGlass over here. In the last 24 hours, we saw approximately $1.16 billion in liquidations, and that amount is a lot higher. The reason why this is a lot higher is because CoinGlass data is not always accurate because the API data doesn't always feed correctly per the exchanges. And ByBit is still trucking along despite all the insanity. So again, I want to remind you, when there is extreme volatility in crypto, you probably should not be using high leverage. There's no need for it. They're not. So what are the things that we can do? Well, if we want to use leverage, we should use low leverage. Most of us are not cut out to use leverage, and that's okay. We should consider maybe sitting on our hands and not wanting to ape into a position. So that's just my personal opinion. However, if you want to use leverage, I've got a Femex ref link down below. You can go ahead and use that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. But yeah, get back to it. But again, a lot of liquidations that occurred because people are being dodos and shouldn't do that. Shouldn't be trading with high leverage. Also, this is a funny tweet from CZ. Waiting for the new headline, Bitcoin crashes from 101,000 to 85,000. Save this tweet. And people are now, this is from 2020. This is for 2020. And this is kind of when the bull market wasn't starting yet, but let's see what price Bitcoin was December 17th of 2020. All right. Let's see. It's December 17th, 2020. Wow. December 17th. So Bitcoin, like around that time, Bitcoin was only trading at $20,000. $20,000. Wow. Wow. Like $23,000. And you know what? CZ was kind of right here, but at the same time, these are emotional numbers. So I don't think he knew anything about it, but that is kind of floating around the internet and people are like freaking out about it, which I think is freaking hilarious. But I don't know. I thought it was a cool tweet, so we wanted to pull it up. But let's go ahead and get into some other stuff. From CZ, in this bloodbath, I see a lot of people referring to this tweet. For context, the Bitcoin price was $19,000. Okay, $19,000. When this tweet was written 5 years ago, also had no visibility of the graph to the right of the cursor at the time. Zoom out. He's right. CZ's funny. I like him. Also, too, Arthur Hayes. Bitcoin Goblin Town and coming. A lot of IBIT holders are hedge funds that went long ETF short CME future to earn a yield greater than were they fund. Short-term U.S. Treasuries. If that basis drops as Bitcoin falls, then these funds will sell IBIT and buy back CME futures. These funds are in profit, and given basis is close to UST yields, they will unwind during U.S. hours and realize their profit. 70,000. I see you, mofo. So this makes sense. Again, I don't really speak TradFi over here because I think it's cuckoo, but this makes complete sense what he's talking about. It really, 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 really does. So if you're a TradFi person, and we're actually going to bring this up today, we have a space with SQUIDGROW and Silent Swap. We'll talk more about this, but this makes sense. They're going to sell for profit. So numbers going to go down. They're going to put their money into futures. Futures predict a price long term. Hold on a second. Went from CME, went long, EV short. Went long. Okay. So ByBit. Okay. That makes sense. So basically the guys, these people entered into IBIT, which was the spot ETF. They're going to sell because they're in profit. And then they're going to end up going into futures to predict a time later on. So that makes complete sense. It does. That makes sense in a really weird way. Now, so apparently people are saying that the market is being artificially pushed down. And is it happening? Well, if we take a look at what Arthur Hayes just said about number going down, yeah, we're talking about institutions. It's not really people selling, and we're talking about the institutions that are doing this, because you have to remember there's people with God tier capital coming, and they are going to have a full on free fall with the market. That's exactly what's happening. So I'd be cautious with that. There's people with a lot more money, and might not necessarily be crypto people, even though the 1.5 billion or 1.5 billion dollar ByBit hack, ByBit hack was really bad with Ethereum. But at the same time, we've got the big dogs in the house. So this is why you're going to see a lot of our market volatility. My chat, I got to fix it. Shout out to Mr. R for the $5 super chat. Ronald, thank you so much, Ronald. Appreciate it. I'm going to get something delicious today. I don't know what it is. Make sure y'all smash the like. Shout out to Mr. Alpha Gamer. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Eric Trump tweets, buy the dips, with the Bitcoin logo here. He's doing it for attention, which is fine. Technically, this is financial advice. You're not allowed to do that, but good on him. He's the president's son. Good on him. This is unfortunate. Montana, North Dakota, and Wyoming all rejected bills for state-managed Bitcoin reserves over volatility concerns, and they also rejected it because they don't know exactly where all the money is coming from, and is it going to be taxpayer dollars, etc. So I would like to say here, when it comes to this, there's probably specific verbiage that needed to be changed. Also, South Dakota's Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill fails in committee, but Logan Manhat plans to reintroduce it next year. And again, I'm not going to go over all the things with it, but at the same time, I just want you guys to know. They will get approved. It's going to take time, and the proper verbiage really needs the proper whereabouts and caveats. Everything needs to be put in there so it does get approved. And I understand why they're being super cautious on it, but at the same time, it'll be okay. We will get these approved. Now, Mr. Vitalik. So it looks like we've got some news from the Ethereum Foundation. Okay. So Aya, the Ethereum Foundation's executive director, is stepping up to a new leadership role. This follows criticism of her leadership and the EF's lack of transparency at Ethereum Foundation. A lot of people have been pressuring her to resign. She also faced criticism for comments on Ethereum's competitive culture and slow scaling process. Vitalik praised Aya's contributions, but noted Ethereum Foundation's leadership structure is being revamped. So she got a promotion, even though she really has been criticized and not been doing a great job. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So Ethereum does kind of need to get it together and do a little bit better. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on over there, and I cannot wait to sell my Ethereum. But we do have some good news. Grayscale just filed for a Polkadot ETF. So shout out to Polkadot. BlackRock executive stays mum on the potential of a Solana ETF. And I'm telling you right now, if a Solana ETF is introduced by BlackRock, we will get one. And this is bullish. Hold on a second. Yeah. So BlackRock has yet to file for Solana ETF despite leading in Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. BlackRock executive Rachel Aguirre emphasized 3 key factors for any ETF: client demand, investment thesis, sustainability for ETF wrapper. Institutional interest in Ethereum ETFs surged to 14.5% last quarter. Bitcoin ETF ownership declined, which kind of tracks with what Arthur Hayes said. And the SEC classification of SOL as a security could impact approvals. Bloomberg analysts estimate a 70% chance of Solana ETF being approved. And I agree with that too. We will get one. Also too, SEC acknowledges filing for Grayscale's spot Cardano ETF. Now, are all these projects based in the US? If all these crypto projects are based in the US, they will get approved. They will get approved for ETFs. And I think we're getting them. I think, again, it's going to be a tight one between HBAR and it's going to be a tight one between Litecoin. I think Litecoin's going to take it away. I know. But at the same time, that's my personal opinion. I also was featured in Forbes talking about why Bitcoin or why Solana prices fall below $150. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I told the folks over at Forbes. The reason why Solana price fell below $150 is we had the swing wick high to 294. And then even on this day over here, which was this, when was Mr. Trump inaugurated? Yeah. This is over 120. Around this date over here, the week of 113, January 13th, we had the swing wick high and everything's been down since then. And we can see that happening with Bitcoin Plus, the unlocks with Solana, the Libra controversy, all of those things. So I'm not too stressed about it. Also, too, it seems that ByBit bought another 37,000 Ethereum through OTC. Good for them. ByBit is going to have to, they're going to have to buy enough Ethereum that was taken from the hack to put back in the reserves. Also, too, from Cointelegraph, and I believe this is according to Arkham, but the hacker has currently bridged over 6 million of stolen Ethereum to Bitcoin. This is a little weird to me because I thought when NK generally hacks, they don't really do this. They sit on it for a long time. But again, what do I know? What do I know? Also, too, this is a really cool post by Mr. Ben from ByBit, but he says, join us on the war against the Lazarus. So they have this bounty over here, and basically what it is completely public. And it has a live API wallet updates for exchange, chain analysis, and Arkham. So basically, if you're able to get funds, if you're able to intercept funds or stop funds from NK, you can go ahead and request a bounty, and they're paying, I believe, 10% on the bounty. 10% on the bounty, which is absolutely amazing. So right over here, this is what it looks like. I didn't get a chance to look over it earlier, but this is what it looks like over here. So it says submit a lead, 1.4 billion hacked, 6.74 bad actors, 3% frozen, 90% tracking. So that's pretty cool that they froze 3%. They were able to uncover 7% bad actors. And I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, there's not a whole lot, etc. No, I think that this is wonderful. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And then here's a leaderboard over here. Reported funds, frozen funds, estimated bounty. And again, they're going to be updating as fast as they can. They've got verified reports, hacker reports. So I think that this is super cool that they were able to post this transparently. And the reason why this is cool, in my personal opinion, if this happened to a bank, actually, it was just reported that the IRS, I think that they leaked like 400,000. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Let me see. It's probably on Mr. Elon's page. He posts so much though. All right, let's see if I can find what he said. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? IRS. Some of the stuff I can't show you guys here. Yep. Breaking new disclosure right here. And we don't know when this happened. New disclosure reveals that Biden IRS leaked taxpayer information over 405,000 Americans, including President Trump's. IRS administration confirms confirms the committee's suspicion, blah, 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 blah. In May 2024, an IRS spokesperson stated it was 70%. Today, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months later, we found out that it was more than 4 times the amount. But in crypto, with blockchain technology, we can track everything right then and there. You see how that works? So again, absolutely wild stuff here. Also, when it comes to OKX, we are tracking the hack funds closely from the OKX Explorer. Thank you so much, Star. We appreciate that. Got to get that fund. This money is back. The block. This is weird. DOJ reaches 500 million settlement with OKX affiliate over unlicensed money transmitting business. An affiliate of OKX agreed to pay 500 million, including 84 million penalties and approximately 421 million in forfeited fees earned from U.S. customers. That's unfortunate. Let's see. It doesn't really give a whole lot of information. It just says KYC and AML, so I don't know if I agree with that or not. And then also, too, if you missed this yesterday, SEC is ending campaign of regulation by enforcement against the crypto industry, but the DOJ hasn't said a word about its campaign of regulation by criminal indictment against crypto developers. DOJ must dismiss its Section 1960 charges in Tornado and Samurai. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Now let's talk about the drama yesterday. Yes, SBF tweeted. Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted the first time since he's been imprisoned. So and basically it was about, I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I too have checked my email. I have not checked my email in the past few hundred days, blah, 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 blah. So I went and I posted about this. Let's go ahead and see what I said. Oh, also too, big shout out to Link and Bonzo, largest lending protocol on Hedera. They integrated in Chainlink standard for verifiable data, starting with price feeds for HBAR and USDC. Love it. So yesterday, Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted, and of course, what happened? FTT pumped. But what I think is going to happen, I said, because you guys know that his parents want him to be pardoned. I said, if SBF parents want Sam pardoned, they should do the time instead. The takeover of his account to try to play the Ross card, remember Ross from Silk Road, for a pardon is very dirty, manipulative trick that tracks with their connections. Warren, Gensler, all of it. Ross built a platform, Sam stole. Very different scenarios. I think what they're going to do is they're going to do something similar to what Ross did, and they are going to create a, they're going to make people feel sorry for Sam. Even though he lied, he stole, he cheated, he did terrible things. So that's my personal opinion. And then, of course, shortly after, this account popped up with a government check mark on X. And of course, it had a ticker, but I cut the ticker off. Most people just shared it with the ticker. I cut the ticker off because I don't want you guys to get it. But basically, he's saying a new chapter begins. I'm launching my own meme coin, not just to innovate, but to make a difference. Like Donald Trump, the profits will be dedicated to supporting Americans, blah, 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 blah. Very similar kind of sounds like the Libra thing. Was it the Libra people? I don't think so. I think those guys are in a lot of trouble, so they're going to stay offline. But be careful with stuff like this. And if you guys are wondering, well, how did he get the check mark? Well, what happens is you are able to buy accounts on and be naughty. And don't do that. You should never buy a check mark. Never, never. But again, the account ended up going away, and this is what it was. Same handle over here. Same handle. So be very careful what you're buying on the internet. Let's see. Also, too, big shout out to Wallet Guard. I'm going to go see them next week, this week at ETH Denver. But if you guys are not using Wallet Guard on MetaMask or you can use it on Phantom too. Basically, it is, I believe it's still free, but it's a plugin on your browser that you add. So anytime you sign a wallet transaction, it verifies that it's safe, it's not a honeypot, etc. But it's going to be directly integrated into MetaMask on March 31st, 2025. Massive thank you to the 100,000 users and security advocates. So, and as you guys know, MetaMask essentially absorbed Wallet Guard. So if you're not using Wallet Guard to stay safe, I recommend you do. I do. Anyways, you guys, I got to get going. I got to figure out what's wrong with my computer. Well, my chat and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll post a video for you later on. I don't know what about yet. I got to get some stuff done. And I still have to pack for ETH Denver. And I got the space with SQUIDGROW at 2. I got to prep for that. But anyway, sending you guys love and light. WendyO is out. Don't be scared of the current state of the crypto market. Just stay ready. Okay? And be prepared.